Does he agree with Christopher Luxon, who said to the Blue Greens conference in 2023 that, quote, national in-government will use the best scientific, financial and environmental information available to us to chart a responsible, fair and sustainable way forward on environmental matters, end quote. And if so, how is this consistent with proposals for the new fast-track consenting process for permits to be approved by ministers rather than expert panels?
Yes, I do. I do stand by those statements I made earlier.
Does he stand by his statement that, quote, this is a government that's going to be focused on lowering emissions and making sure that we meet our climate change commitments, end quote? And if so, can he rule out supporting any new fossil fuel projects, such as the Takuha coal mine, in the proposed fast-track legislation?
Well, we're going to be a government that's going to deliver on our emissions commitments and also grow our economy. We're not going to turn off growth opportunities in sectors across this country when we've had three of the last 4 quarters left to us by the previous government in decline.
Can he rule out supporting any new fossil fuel projects, such as the Takuha coal mine, in the proposed fast-track legislation?
Well, we've been on the record to say that we actually want to overturn the oil and gas ban because we need gas as a transitory energy source as we make the transition to clean, green energy going forward.
The science is.
Can he rule out supporting any new fossil fuel projects, such as the Takuha coal mine, in the proposed fast-track legislation?
I'll just say to you, no projects have been brought forward to Cabinet yet.
How will he, as the Prime Minister, ensure that any potential conflicts of interest for the listed projects that are proposed to be approved by ministers are raised and discussed to meet expectations in the Cabinet manual?
Again, we have not had fast-track consenting legislation come before the Cabinet and it has not yet been discussed. What we have is a very good process to make sure we're managing potential conflicts of interest, real or perceived. We have clear processes around that make sure that we're compliant with the Cabinet manual.
Does he stand by his statement that, quote, our focus is on making sure we honour the treaty, end quote, and if so, will he ensure that the new fast-track consenting legislation will uphold the treaty?
Yes, I will.
Has he been briefed on feedback from Mana Whenua as treaty partners on the proposed policy settings for the fast-track legislation, and if so, what was the feedback?
I understand the ministers have, and if he would like to direct any questions to the relevant minister, he's more than welcome to do so.
Will the fast-track process give effects to the rights of iwi and hapu over natural resources as recognised in treaty settlements?
Yes.
Will the fast-track framework protect matters of national importance under the RMA by ensuring that projects will be declined if they undermine the relationship of Māori and their culture and traditions with their ancestral lands, water, sites, wahitapu and other taonga?
Again, we haven't yet had a Cabinet paper or discussion about that in Cabinet yet, but we will shortly.
Will he rule out the proposal by Trans-Tasman Resources for seabed mining off the coast of Taranaki from the list of projects in the bill in light of the Supreme Court ruling that this application needed to be reconsidered to take account of tikanga Māori?
As I said, there has been no paper presented to Cabinet, there has been no discussion at Cabinet, and there's been no decisions made at Cabinet. That is yet to come.